now, dude. Is that Mr. Biggs or whatever he said? Which studio are you recording from?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, we all have you.
Doing all the tips on what to do.
That's it. Right. I'm going to sit here. You can budge up a little bit, otherwise the microphone. It's not like we don't know.
We've got loads of room there, haven't we? So.
Yeah. Right. Hey, red wine glass. That's Gaz's. That's Gaz's glasses there. You see those other 2 glasses over there? Fucking hell, fire. It's going to go. Sorry, Albert, for that one.
It's a bit long. So why are we doing it live, by the way?
So I've got 2 copies in case it goes tits up with one, basically, is the honest answer.
I think we should call this Drunken Ramblings 3.
Well, we've done a Drunken Ramblers 3.
Oh,
yeah, it could be Drunken Ramblers 4, though, at this rate, I suspect.
Do you not have any other lights when you're recording?
In here? We don't normally record it. I record in the study. No, it would be fine.
Oh, fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's nice and light over there. Right.
Yeah, that's okay.
It is now.
There you go. You got that one there.
Oh, where's that one? That's that one.
That's that one there. So that's going to be recording the version that we're going to use for the podcast, which these mics are linked up to that. That microphone is linked up to that for the live stream.
Right.
I can't tell if we've got anybody watching. Right.
Let's just say
do a quick test.
One, but Albert tells me that one is you.
Yeah, you are live to one person. That's you. Yeah.
This is a third party app, so it doesn't show us, so it's somebody else. Right. So it'll show 2 on Twitch. It's getting exciting. Right. I'm just going to run a quick test, make sure it is recording. Right. If you guys speak.
Howdy, how are we?
All right, thanks.
Hello. Right, let me just play that back, make sure it's picked them up.
It's very technical, isn't it?
Okay. Which wine are we going to start with first then?
Oh, you might as well get the muck out of the way first. The
whites.
Wow, my suggestion would be do the whites first, but I'm not drinking, I'm only tasting, so it's up to you guys.
Whoa.
I have got a spit bucket. Did you see, I don't know if you saw the Scottish Alchemist, the comment. Oh, you haven't seen it, you know, so yeah.
No, but people in work were just taking their phone round, pointing, laughing. Fucking me with a bear in a blue suit. Brilliant, thanks a lot. Have you seen this?
I don't know what that is, the bear's basically jizzing over it.
No, what have the Scottish Alchemist said?
I said, watch to find out whether we spit or we swallow, and obviously, they're going to comment on that.
Of course they are.
Yeah, saying that obviously it's only polite to swallow. So which one do you want to start with? So
honestly.
We've got the Snoop Dogg, we've got the Gary Barlow.
You see,
those are 2 reds.
I prefer red to white wine. So
do you want to start on the red?
I think he's going to say the opposite.
I was about to say the opposite, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I suggested it.
Right.
If I was going to choose, I would choose red over white, so why don't we start with the white?
You are finishing all 4 bottles, aren't you?
Oh.
You're not really, are you?
We're going to have a go. We're going to be drinking them. Jenny's coming over later. So.
Oh, right.
So yeah, whatever's left, they'll have a swig and say they don't like it, so we'll just finish it. So.
That's it. Right.
That is 40% stuff, man. What we're telling you to that for.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, what was that?
Right, are we ready? We are live. And I'm going to start recording.
Did you go? And it's live.
Yeah, something's bumping around someone's microphone.
Yeah, that's why you normally stick it down your t-shirt, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, shitty now, give us warning. Yeah, stick it down the old t-shirt.
See, professional, wasn't wasted.
There we go. And plug that back in again.
Oh, but yeah, it's all tangled now. Should have gone the other way around.
I'll tell you what, whoever's watching this knows now. They knows we're professionals. If you need an extension after that, let me know.
So we are live streaming on Twitch.
We are live streaming on Twitch right now.
So that one person isn't us, you're saying?
That is not us, that is likely your son.
I had Albert. Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Steve, or whoever.
Could be Steve, yeah, he said he was going to watch. Steve and or Albert.
Right, speak again.
Steve and or Albert.
Howdy.
Right, that's better. Right then. Right, we are recording on there as well. So we are live and we are recording the episode with the video that we are going to use. So we're ready.
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 175 of Tall Boy Radio, and who knows where it goes when the wine flows. The coveted wine tasting episode that we promised we are going to do. And also hello to those of you who are watching, and I can see your comments coming through now as we are streaming this live via our Twitch channel. Thank you for that. Anybody watching, it's much appreciated. And also thank you anybody who may be watching or listening in the Czech Republic, country number 55.
Happy days.
We're getting there. So let's introduce the two hosts who are with us tonight. Dave or Gaz, you want to say hello first?
I'll go. Looking forward to this. I like podcasting and I like wine, so what could possibly go wrong?
A lot.
Hello everyone, I'm going to say hello to Albert because I can see a message on there saying hello father. So I'm guessing that's Albert, as that's how he refers to me. So hello Albert. Yeah, looking forward to this. I'm still not drinking, but I am going to do the wine tasting.
Fantastic. And we do have a bucket if you do want to spit anything out here, or if anybody feels a little like the bucket, a little pale later, we can vomit into it if needs be. So we said we were going to start on the white wine. We agreed that earlier. So we've got two whites tonight. And let's tell you the twist actually, because it's wine tasting with the twist. We're going to do something a little bit different. Inside one of these bottles of wine, I've hidden a poison. Somewhere in the house is the antidote.
Brilliant. Sounds good.
I'm joking. They are wines that are made by celebrities. So that is what we're going to be tasting. So we're going to start with one of the two whites. Do you want to start with Kylie or Graham?
Graham.
You like that, are you?
Have you done some research on these?
I've tasted them.
Do you know how much they've been involved in?
A little.
Excellent.
There you go.
A little. And that is how much they've been involved.
In name only.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now, I've got a little bit of details about each. So we're starting with Mr. Graham Norton here. Pour as much as you like. I do quite like it. Pour me a glass, Gazzy. So the first one we're going to try, Graham Norton. And what we're going to do, we'll talk about the wines while we're doing, and have a bit of a conversation about some other stuff. And at the end, we'll decide, do these wines taste better than a Chelada?
I like it.
Yeah, you like that, yeah?
What's a Chelada?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Dave. Chelada is a beer with some spices in it. So that's what I've got for you to try as well against this. And we can also find out whether it tastes better than Jepson's Malor Liquor, all the way from Illinois. Now, I asked our friend Ryan from the Pubtime podcast.
Go on, no wine already.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not having another sip yet. Yeah, and he says it's bloody awful. So
I'm sorry. Hey, I look forward to that then.
So, yeah. So bottoms away.
Bottoms up.
Cheers, Graham.
Cheers. Thanks, Graham.
Ooh.
So none of you not been on any wine tasting?
I've just done it. I've just smelled it.
Yeah, tasting.
Yeah,
I thought you were
part
gonna-
of the wine taste is through the nose,
I
didn't
thought you were going to give some explanation of how you do wine tasting.
No, I'm leaving that to you.
I've no idea.
you? Sommelier amongst us.
You smell it, waft it around, get it into your mouth.
Have
and
you got
you
any legs? Is that how it works?
suck
For
the air-
red, is it?
Suck the air through your teeth, get it around your
That's
mouth.
not too bad, actually.
I tell you what,
I don't mind that.
this one, I've had this one before. I don't think this is all that bad at all.
If you was to suck the air through your teeth when it's in your mouth, draws the
got
flavour out. Pop, you've got a tooth missing, so it might not work so well.
If I dribble, I apologise.
Getting early.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not a big fan of white wine. I'm
No.
not a big fan of dry white wine, so it's not very pleasant.
I don't think that's too bad. So
I've had a lot worse white wines than that, actually. I don't mind that.
now, in terms of, if you visit the website for this wine, it would appear you've got Graham there looking very ponderous over the wine as he's mixing the blends and what have you. So it certainly implied that he is a little bit more involved in the process than maybe some of the others who are literally just sticking their name on a bottle. Dave, you look absolutely appalled by that.
Well, I've just had a thought. Now, I don't like white wine, and smelling it is the smell of what I don't like. But because I was just about to come out, I brush my teeth, and come straight around here.
That's what it is.
That's not a smart idea if you're going to do some wine tasting.
That's what it is.
It's a bit of a Colgate.
That won't help it.
But the smell is exactly as I would expect. I just don't like white wine.
Well, here's one then. While we're talking about wines, we're talking about what we like and what we don't like then. screw caps. Would you? Does it put you off a wine when you go for a wine?
It doesn't. However, I do prefer a cork. I have to say that I do prefer a cork. I know that for ease and everything else, it's popular these days to have a screw cap, but no, I'm cork definitely for me.
And do you think that in your head, whether you consciously think it or not, you think that if it's got a cork, it's better quality?
It must be decent.
Yeah.
Probably. It's got nothing to do with actually is it decent or not, I suppose. But in your own mind, I suppose you sort of think, oh yeah, okay, as opposed to just, oh, it's a screw cap. This is going to sound awfully disparaging. I don't mean it to be, but off like the shelf of a supermarket, that's like £2, £3 a bottle sort of thing. Whereas if it's corked, you think, oh, okay, it must have something about it. So.
And what about the dip in the bottom?
Oh, wow. Somebody said to me the other day, can't remember where it was, it might have been at my birthday when people were around, and there was a bottle of wine. Somebody picked it up and said, that's really deep at the bottom. So that.
Okay.
So that's good, a sign of good quality.
It is true. The deeper the bottom, the further you can get your finger in there, the better quality it is supposed to be. We are, of course, talking about wine bottles.
And why is that then?
I don't know. I think it's you hold it, don't you? And you're supposed to hold it by the bottom and pour.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
Sort of like.
Yeah.
Go on, guys, have a go.
Well, there's a lot of electrical equipment around.
Well, you're meant to have aren't you meant to have some over your arm, and then you're meant to sort of, or is it? I don't know. I'm not going to do that because obviously if I spill it, then we might get a little short. Are you having any more?
Folks, this is one of our most well-researched episodes.
We have done. Listen, you cheeky swine.
As all of our podcasts, Adam does all of the research. We're just along for the ride. That's
so
all.
far we've had is it got a cork in a better quality? Wow, we don't really know. Is it's got a bigger dent in the bottom? What's that for? Don't really know. Should we have a cloth on our arm when we served it? Don't really know.
Should we? No, we shouldn't have a cloth on our arm.
We've doubled our viewers.
Yeah. Hello. Hey up, Steve.
That's my brother and my son.
Hey.
Must be more.
I don't know. There might be a few others joining along the way. I'd like to think.
Give us your name. We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that. Hopefully, your eyes are better than mine. Mine are absolutely appalling. So, Graham's wine is a South African Sauvignon Blanc. Okay. What would you be happy enough to pay for that, just out of interest?
Well, I wouldn't because I don't like it. But to me, it smells and tastes a bit like what I've made at home, so it's going to be on the cheap end.
Okay.
If you've made something like that at home, then I think you're onto a bit of a winner because I don't think this is too bad. Actually.
I think this is decent, dude. It could be the Colgate.
No, so it's the smell.
You see, so if I was to drink white, then Jenny, my wife, will drink Sauvignon Blanc. Or generally will drink Sauvignon Blanc, but we will probably drink a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
And I don't remember if we have ever. We probably have at some point drank a sort of South African Sauvignon Blanc, but I genuinely, what are you doing?
Rinsing out the glass for the next one.
But that's the red wine glass.
Yeah, but when I've finished, I'll rinse that out back into this glass.
Thought about this.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that for 4 glasses.
So what would you consider then? You're saying you think it's a cheap bottle of Blanc. First of all, what do you consider to be cheap? Second of all, what would you normally pay for a bottle of wine?
Oh, wow. Normally, if it's just the red you're drinking every week, then probably not much more than a £5 from Aldi, to be honest.
Okay.
What would I consider a decent? Once you get past a £5, it's like something like every quid you spend, like 90 pence is going on the wine. Up to a £5 or £4.50 is mostly marketing, advertising, production, manufacturing. So once you get past that point, a bigger and bigger percentage into the quality. Once you get to 7, 8, 9 quid, unless you know what you're talking about, you're probably not going to notice much difference between an 8 quid bottle and a 20 quid bottle. So for me, a 7, 8, 9 quid, I would think that's a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah, I would be similar. I think 7, 8 quid is if I was buying a bottle of red, 7 or 8 quid. I think, like Dave's just said, there's definitely for us, non-wine experts, there's a definite upper limit. I could probably tell the difference between a 2 or 3 quid bottle of red and a 9, 10, 11 quid bottle of red. But much above that, so if you then give me an £11 bottle of red and a 20 quid or 30 quid bottle of red, I'd be like, because you get some like So you get like a Chateau Neuf de Pape, which is relatively expensive, and unless I knew it was a Chateau, I probably wouldn't recognise it as that. And you look at it, you go, oh, it's a Chateau Neuf de Pape. And now obviously lots and lots of wine people will go, oh yeah, definitely I know what that tastes like, I know what it smells like. But for me, yeah, probably similar, maybe to 8-9 quid. What about you then? Would you go slightly higher?
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. First of all, Aldi generally is a cheaper place to buy wine. That's not a criticism on the wine itself. Actually, you pick up a decent quality wine for less money than you will there at some of the other supermarkets. I'll give them credit where credit's due. But yeah, I normally say around about a tenner. I'm happy enough to pay for a bottle of wine, and that'll do me. This one, 9 quid.
Yeah.
That seem about right to you?
Well, not for me, no. But I mean, from what Gaz is saying, certainly that he pitched it as a decent wine. So that'd be...
I think that's pleasant. I have to admit, I think that's easily drinkable. Well, I'm glassing a bit down already, so I think that's nice. It certainly isn't one that, because it's where you go back to. I don't know whether I was with you. Was it with you years and years and years ago? And we were with a lad from school. I don't know whether it was you. And we went up and we had a curry. And then ended up ordering some random bottle of like Blue Nun or something with a curry in it. Like, one of the first sort of experiences of wine is a bit like, God, yeah, that wasn't great. So sort of put you off wine for it. I don't know if it was you.
Yeah, most of ours was Fortuna. Chicken and chips.
With extra chips. Chicken and chips with extra chips. Can't fault it.
I'm trying to read who's doing this. I've got Albert saying,
Hi, Albert.
I feel like you're making fun of them. Apparently I'm taking the mickey out of you two.
That's fine. We're getting used to it, Dave.
Fazio V. Halt the banter, I'm off to grab my beans on toast.
Thank you.
Somebody called ESATT. I was about to forward this Twitch stream to Gary, but you boys seem to be too busy sipping on the champers.
Okay, beautiful.
There you go. Thank you very much for those comments.
Thanks to those people who are watching.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Absolutely.
Well, clearly should have got my phone on Twitch so I could read them.
That would have been quite...
That would actually, we should have thought about that.
And we could have trebled our listeners.
No, but if we're going to sort of sign off on Graham and such, I don't mind that. I'll leave. What we should do is maybe just leave a little bit for the ladies, just so they can say these are wines that we've.
Yeah.
We'll just have a little bit more, shall we?
Golden Panda just clarified. He meant that no, you're taking the mickey out of me.
Oh yeah, we always do that. That's a given.
There you go. Let's just keep that there for.
That's it. They can have a little.
They can have a tiny little slivers a bit there. Yeah, she'll pour it back.
I don't know if were we on air when you two mentioned that you wouldn't get through all 4 bottles because the wives are going to enjoy a drink later.
We've got a bit there.
Yeah.
A shot glass worth.
Folks, we're down to there.
It's a Friday night.
It's a Friday night. I haven't had a drink yet. I'm bloody parched. 12.5% this bad boy, so I don't think that's too bad.
No. You see, I don't think if you had that, it doesn't strike me as really rough, so that you wake up in the morning, you think, oh my god, I can tell I've drank it, and you get like a really banging head with it. I mean, I don't know. I'll let you know tomorrow morning. But
there's one I guarantee that will. I've not one of the reds. I've had the white version of it, and I was rough the next day after only a glass and a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
We've got a question from the listener.
Go on.
I think it's Paul.
Go on.
And it says, do you believe you should drink white wine with fish? Is that the proper etiquette, or does it depend on personal taste?
No, I would agree with that.
I would agree with that.
I would not drink red wine with fish. Depends on the sauce, I would say it was in, but I can't think of a sauce that I'd be happy to put fish in that I would want red wine with.
Yeah, I think
white wine with fish.
I think white wine with fish. Yeah, I would say that.
To be honest, I don't. I just, because I don't drink white wine. If I'm drinking wine with food, it's red wine with whatever the food is.
No, I do. I
would not drink it if I'm having fish.
But it's strange because whether or not it's just a marketing point, and it might very well be, but they'll the blurb on the back of the bottle will say goes well with or complements, and they will give you specific types of food, whether it's be specific fish or meats that particular wine will go well with, and definitely there's some wine that you drink if you're not eating, and you think, oh, that's not great, but then you have it with food and you have it as you're eating and you think, oh, actually that all of a sudden tastes much better because it does complement the food, or vice versa, the food complements the wine.
Well, I don't know if Bill is watching tonight. Bill, who's one of our regular listeners, often gives us loads of feedback and ideas. One of his ideas that he's given us is a food pairings episode. So that is something we're going to do at some point in the future. So keep an eye out for that one, Paul. Whether we'll be eating fish or not, highly unlikely because I don't really like it, but shellfish maybe.
Fish, if it's battered from the fish and chip shop, I could do, otherwise, no thanks.
See, I don't mind. Jenny and the girls eat more fish than I do, but I actually don't mind fish, but it's just something that I just don't eat a lot of. You got your typical, cod or bit haddock or whatever, but that's about it. It's like, but no, I would agree. White wine with fish, I think, for me.
Go on, let's give this wine a score out of 10 then.
So I'd give that 7. I don't mind. I genuinely don't mind that.
So I'd give it an 8. I really quite enjoyed this one. I think it's a decent wine.
I'd give it like a 2. And I say I don't like white wine at all, but I was just reminded of just speaking to a colleague at work just before I came out, and she asked what we were recording. I was telling her wine tasting. So my aunt came round a couple of weeks ago for my birthday, and she bought a Sauvignon Blanc, non-alcohol. She didn't finish the bottle, and I saw it in the fridge the next day. I thought alcohol-free, and actually it was really nice. And I drank that glass, and I thought, this is actually quite nice.
Okay.
So that's the standout white wine I can remember. It's alcohol-free, so.
Okay. Yeah, I think historically you start on white and then you go to red. The first time you taste red, you're a bit like, oh my god, that's horrible. It's a bit of an acquired taste. It comes over time, and then, yeah.
So the Graham Norton then, that one. Graham Norton's that his real name?
I'm guessing not, because you've just asked that question. I'm guessing it's Barry Evans. I don't know that for a fact.
You're right the first time, it's not his real name. Graham William Walker.
Okay. Why did you keep that?
I don't know, it's a good name. Good name.
Graham Walker sounds equally as good as Graham Norton, so.
Oh dear, what's
Maybe there's another one in Equity or whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it
Well, possibly.
Is it?
I don't think so now, but that'll do.
The Actors Guild, whatever it is.
Yeah, right, next one.
That's not equity, is it? Is that something else?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Somebody will tell us. What's the Actors Guild called?
Yeah, someone tell us.
Go for it.
You see,
Are you introducing it, or do you want me to introduce
you
it?
can introduce
Tell us
that.
about that one. Tell us about this one, Dave.
Okay, so this is a Sauvignon Blanc. It's a Vin de France. So it comes from
What a
France,
stupendous accent that was.
2021. And it's promoted by, or made by Adam will tell us, by the very lovely Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue, indeed, yeah. So Kylie Minogue.
French wines are not normally something that I would go for.
Okay.
Which will be interesting now, because we'll wait and see.
Well, does it interest you that it's a French wine made by an Australian lady? Because Australia's got a pretty good track record of making
Australia
wines.
has got a good track record, and there's lots and lots and lots of lovely vineyards in Australia. And I'm sure there's lots and lots and lots of lovely vineyards in France as well.
Indeed.
However, just the French, it's weird because you go on holiday in France, and we've done loads of holidays to South France and stuff, and you go into the supermarkets there, and it's like, oh, we'll get a bottle of wine. New Zealand. Oh yeah, I'll take one of them. Like, you're in France, and it's like, why are you not trying the French wine? Sort of things. Like, oh no, we'll go to I don't know, like an Argentinian Malbec, or I'll go to like a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, or just for some reason just never really drank French wines.
I don't mind French wines. I particularly quite like a French Sauvignon Blanc. I do.
I've just had a question come in on Twitch. It's a production question.
Oh Lord, go on.
Somebody's asking if we could move the laptop a bit because they can't see the bald guy very clearly. The reason is we're filming on one device for Twitch and another device for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we are.
Everybody wants to see Reverend Beans.
Indeed. So if you want to know a question about production, so the microphone you can see in the centre there, that is the one that we're using for the live feed. That is a Blue Yeti. And then these guys are both wearing lavalier mics, which are connected to the laptop via the soundboard, which I've also got this here, which is another Blue mic, just in case Blue want to sponsor us. It's absolutely fine. We love your products. I've got a lot of Blue microphones and I love them. But this one is a very good microphone. And it's the one I regularly use. So, Kylie Minogue then. What are our initial thoughts on this one? It's another Sauvignon Blanc.
It's similar. I don't know whether or not sharp is the word.
Well, you're drinking out the same glass.
It's a little, yeah,
It
maybe.
smells completely different to me.
It smells completely different.
It's a lot smoother. It's a lot smoother smell.
I'm not sure.
I'm not so sure about the smell. The taste I'm okay with. The smell I'm not a fan. Interestingly enough, both of these wines are made or produced or bottled by Benchmark Wines in Surrey. Both this one and Graham Norton.
That smells very different to me. A lot softer. The taste is again, it's softer. So it's very similar but softer.
Yeah.
See, I don't know whether that tastes a little bit. I was going to say sharper isn't the word. It's not sharper.
That'd be the opposite of what I said.
Yeah. I prefer the first one to this one because there's just for me there's just a tiny little aftertaste that.
Well, there's less alcohol in this one, 12%.
Only marginally.
It's not horrendous. However, well, I'll give it a second glass and then we'll wait and see.
Oh, well, we'll give it a second and probably a third. So, price-wise then, where would you pitch this one? Compared to Graham, we know that Graham's was...
Are we going to play higher or lower?
Let's. And I can actually do the sound effects on here. You won't hear them.
But they will.
You won't hear them there. Well, you'll hear them when we listen afterwards. To the produced version.
So it's for £8.
No.
No, £8 was the Graham Norton.
Oh, sorry, £9.
£9, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going lower.
I'm going to go higher.
I'm going lower. do the or for lower.
I'm going to do. They're both the same price, £9.
If only I
Throw us both under the bus there.
I remembered what Graham Norton was when I was saying, was it £9? That's right.
However, I got this from Tesco, not from Asda.
On offer. Cheaper.
On offer. Club card
right.
used, £7. So you
right.
get that on
Again,
the
thank you
technicality.
very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
I thought you were going to say it was £9 with the club card, so I would have gone, I'm right.
No. So it's another £9 wine, which you would say should therefore be an okay bottle of wine.
Yeah, I'm. You see, it's strange, isn't it? Had I have not known that, and it's weird your perceptions of wine. Had I have not known that was from France,
Yeah.
would I have drank that and thought it was the same as Graham Norton? But because I know it's from France and I don't drink French wines, is that subconsciously making me think, I don't quite like it as much as Graham Norton's. If that makes sense, but, so we'd cover that up, and if you're going to blind
taste of it, shouldn't
that,
we?
yeah.
So I'm going to chuck something out there. This wine, unlike the last one, is vegan.
Right.
Would that put you off knowing it was vegan before you bought it? Would that put you off?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's nice.
No.
Nor would it be a positive.
No, so it doesn't affect your decision in buying the wine?
No.
Interesting.
No, I just think, I suppose it's, if you like the taste of something, you like it, irrespective of, is it vegan, is it non-vegan, it doesn't bother me.
We've got more Twitch comments coming in.
Okay, go on,
One
Mr.
is
Twitch.
Cool sound effects.
Thank you.
And the other one is, does the shape of the glass, or do we believe the shape of the glass affects
Yeah,
the temperature of your room?
Yeah, it
Or
does.
does it affect the taste?
It does. Well, take my beer loving hat off, and if you're talking about beer and the shape of beer glasses, yes, the shape of the glass affects the taste of the beer.
Does it? Does it though?
It does.
Does it though?
No, there's two. I've got two schools of thoughts on two.
Whether or not I have a palate to recognise that, but you speak to much more qualified people than myself to talk about
Just
drinking
qualified.
beer. Yeah, not much more, just qualified.
You're experienced, mate, but not qualified.
So, lots and lots of people will say that particular shape of glass will mean that it aerates more, or it oxygenates more, or whatever it may be, and therefore that affects the taste. So I do believe, whether or not we're experienced enough to recognise that, I don't know, probably not, and we'll just go, yeah, God, I'm stringing that out of anything. But I do think it makes a difference.
I'm not convinced.
Really?
I'm not convinced in the slightest, no.
Well, you're wrong.
Am I?
Because there's two, in my understanding, there's two parts to it. One is the shape of the glass. You can see you've got two glasses, completely different shapes. And the bigger the shape is, the more bowl-shaped it is, the more of the aromas going in there. And when you drink, a lot of taste is through your nose, not just your mouth. So it is, as Gus said, it's doing that. And the second is a school of thought that the quality of the glass is a psychological thing. So if you're drinking from a nice crystal cut glass, really thin, the perception is that what you've got in your hand is higher quality, therefore you enjoy it more.
So therefore, does that affect the taste, or is that your perception of the taste? It's just how it makes. It's not the actual taste; it's how it makes you feel.
Well, what is the actual taste? Isn't the actual taste what you feel, what you experience?
No, but
we're all going to taste this differently.
But isn't the taste so? It's the taste on the tongue and the taste through your nose, as opposed to how it makes you feel. I don't know. Taste is a physical thing. How you feel is an emotional thing, I suppose.
I think what you're saying is the taste, and you're either going to like it or you dislike it, but the experience comes from your emotions with it. So I get what you're saying. Personally, I can't see whether that I'm using that one which we're going to have for the red wine or this for the white. My nose is in there, and I have a sizable conch to be.
But that's what I'm saying, though. So, but maybe that for somebody who is, a sommelier, or somebody that deals with wine production, they would say that if you were to pour the wine in a particular glass and then pour a wine in a different glass, it would have different attributes.
And also think that, Adam, there's a bit to be said for if you're drinking wine like this, you're going to get something, whereas if you're drinking it like you're drinking, which is basically like that, chucking it down, you're not having time for those aromas to go.
It's strange because when we go out and we'll have a bottle of red or something, I genuinely will. You look at it and you look for the legs, and you look at it and you go, okay, and you look for it because apparently the legs are what you see beading down the glass, and then you think, okay, we've got tannins in there, and what are the tannins and where are they, and what does the aroma, because a lot of the time on the bottle it will say the aroma and has aromas of. So yeah, I think it does.
Apparently Google agrees with us.
Oh, there you go then. You're wrong. Google's right. Happy days.
I disagree. So these wine glasses then, Dave, do they enhance your experience?
No, I don't actually like
Plastic.
Like them. They're not plastic.
They're not plastic.
I don't like these. I don't like the ribbed, the ribbed effect when drinking it.
But do they not make a difference?
Ribbed. The women will tell you it does.
Makes all the difference, apparently.
When drinking wine for anybody that's under the age of 18 watching this programme.
Sorry, Albert.
I promise you, Dad, I'll keep it clean. He said, don't bother. He's heard some terrible things at school.
But no, I wouldn't. Yeah. So is that why I think white wine is disgusting? Because I'm drinking out of this glass. Who knows?
Well, no. I think you find white wine disgusting. Full stop.
Yeah.
You just don't like white wine. I think that's probably the reason. But
yeah, I've got some Dixie cups if you want some of them.
Dixie cups.
You see, right? So if you turn around and said, drink the white wine out of that.
Oh, that'd be vile.
But white's the same taste, isn't it?
No, not out of cardboard. I know.
So therefore,
I'm on your side.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to argue against that there. So therefore, by the nature of that, if it doesn't taste right out of there, then it would taste right out of.
Well, that's a different vessel, so the cardboard could have an impact on it. I'm going to say, I think if it's glass, I don't see the impact is there. Certainly when it comes to beer, I am a beer snob, okay, and I will drink different beers out of different glasses. However, on occasions when I cannot be asked to wash the glass I want to drink it out of, I will drink it out of someone else, and it doesn't taste any different.
Really?
It's perception, and I just like the presentation of it. Yeah, if I'm having a stout, I want it to be big. It's actually a gin glass I drink my stouts out of, funnily enough.
Okay.
And the TBR glass that you've enjoyed beer, you always hold it up and say we're drinking out of official TBR merchandise. That's a wine glass.
Yeah.
That's a wine glass, not a beer glass.
Yeah. But when you look at the, almost like the goblet style glasses, so the one, the left one, Andy got some beers out of that, perfect, lovely. If you were to have the same beer out of this or that, and this goes back to what I was saying, we're not at that level of expertise to then be able to recognise the difference. We just chug the beer down because we like the beer, so it's like, we like that beer. But I do think at a certain level, it would make a difference. If you went to, exclusive Michelin star restaurants or whatever it may be, the top sommeliers in the world and stuff, and you said, right, drink a white wine out of a glass like that, or drink a white wine out of a glass like that, some people would say, oh, it has to be out of that because, and they'll give you a reason why. Whereas we're not at that level.
Yeah.
So.
And if I wasn't going to tell you now what I was going to say, this could work quite well. In a future episode, we could do blind wine tasting.
Ooh.
Have the different shaped glasses, we'll put the same wine in all of them.
Well, here's...
Well, work now.
But
you could do that.
But no.
Wives, put the wives on.
But wait. So the wife's sister, or sister-in-law, if you will, and her husband, they did a wine thing in, I forget whether it's Hale or Manchester, and they tasted different wines. And they tinted the glass so that a red wine could look white and a white wine could look red.
Wow.
They turned the lights right down and they could not tell whether that wine was red or white.
You see, I would like to think I could taste the difference in red and white.
Well, Neil knows he's red. I'll say that for Neil. He knows he's red. He's a red wine drinker. He's not the same as ourselves. Not a big fan of the white wine.
Because you might just think a red or a white is a bad red.
You see, you could think a white is just a bad red.
But you wouldn't think a good red is a good white.
No.
That's easy to test. Next time we just got to shut our eyes and do that test.
No, we'll do
One of that
Yeah, we'll do that. I've got a feeling we'll be trying this later.
We'll let you know later, folks.
You also don't see through your nose, mate.
No, you can smell. So red wine would have a particular aroma as opposed to white wine, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're testing without looking though, aren't we? Not without
Yeah,
smelling.
but you just said, go back to 5 minutes ago, you said a part of the taste
okay,
sensation is through your nose and this and that. So.
Dumb it right down.
Yeah.
Chucking it out there as well, because we know we've got people watching on Twitch. If you're a regular listener to the podcast, I hope one or two you are. If not, if you're new listeners, fantastic. Great to welcome you on board. If there's anything else you want to see or hear us do, let us know, because I feel I'm this close now to getting the Flat Earth episode that I've been trying for about 6 months off the ground. The flat ground.
The flat ground, or the globe.
Slightly curved ground.
The arc.
We're close. It's not a flat earther who's agreed to come on, but it is someone with a very interesting take, and he's mulling it over. He is mulling it over.
Okay. Look, I would love to have a flat earther or a non-glober come on and put their point of view forward.
I'm not sure they exist. I am a member of a lot of flat earth groups on Facebook, and all they are is people who believe it's a globe telling people why they think they're wrong, and everybody else is, you're right, who you know it. I don't think flat earthers exist.
Don't you need to just be that one, just for kicks?
Yeah, but he doesn't know.
No, but this is the thing, though, Dave. So, I put it on. I said that this is our podcast. This is what we want to do. We want to get a flat earther on to explain it. And some guy comments on it. Well, you need to get a couple of.
I saw that.
A couple of people who want to believe it's a globe for balance. No, I believe it's a globe.
And I believe it's a globe.
Everybody believes it's a globe
because it's scientific fact. It's a globe.
I want the one guy who doesn't.
I just want a flat earther to come on and explain why you don't fall off the edge.
What? Exactly. I
just don't understand it.
I want to know why they believe what they believe.
How have we gone from Kylie Minogue's wine to flat earth and globe?
I'll tell you what, Twitch is going nuts. Mm-hmm. 2 more questions.
Oh, go on, fire them in then.
I think you're about to answer one, which here, and it's like a lovely segue actually. This is brilliant. It's not the same person, but the first person's asking, are we going to taste anything other than white wine today? And the answer is
yes, we will.
We're going to taste
red wine.
And the next
and beer and spirits.
When I say, okay, let's going to rewind that, folks. Are we going to taste other than wine today?
Yeah.
And it is
red wine.
Which is beautiful because it leads straight into the next question.
Okay, sorry.
Do you believe that red wine has any health benefits?
Well, that's
yes.
No.
In moderation.
No. However, 24-hour theory, although it's slightly longer than 24 hours, but you get the point.
Something else to say. 24-hour theory.
So, I was talking to somebody working, we were talking about somebody that had heart issues, and the old wives' tale was 1 glass of red wine a day, helps the old ticker and this and that, and I said, does it really, or was that just an old wives' tale? And you know, the story was that red wine, it helps to thin the blood and it helps circulation and all of that, and help. And I said, but does it really, or is that just something that has just developed over time? So there's a 24-hour theory, and I don't know the answer to that.
Just for the record.
You know Jamie, who's been on our podcast?
Yes.
Talking about this very thing with him on Tuesday about drinking. He shared a link to a podcast episode, which I'll let you have so you can put in the program notes. And it's basically any alcohol you drink is damaging your body. Because of the way it attaches to blood cells or something.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I said, but there is an argument that drinking alcohol, if you're a sort of person who's maybe a bit of an introvert and a bit shy, it loosens you up, it allows you to enjoy social experiences you otherwise wouldn't, and that happiness that comes from that does have health benefits. So there's an argument there, but that's a psychological thing with some chemistry going on, but it doesn't diminish from the fact that it does do harm no matter how much you drink.
I would agree that it has some maybe psychological benefits. I would argue against the fact that it would have health or physiological benefits, if that makes sense. Yes, it might be beneficial in the way it makes you feel, but I'm not so sure about the benefits it would have physiologically on you, if that makes sense.
What I would say, in terms of red wine, it does have a thinning effect on the blood. Like Jamie's 100% correct though, however, there are downsides to that in terms of what it attaches you to. And even on a psychological level, yes, at that point in time, it does make you feel better. I am shy and I am introverted, and I have used alcohol to give me confidence in the past. However, I will tell you the next day, if you use a little bit too much, you do have that regret, and that you do have it anyway when you actually reflect on the type of person that you are and the type of person that you are when you consume alcohol. There is a lament that comes with it, regardless of what level you do drink at. So there's a brief up and there's a brief down. And now actually about 9% of the population are really affected by alcohol, that it makes them very euphoric. And actually, when you look at the indigenous population of Australia, they are very negatively affected by alcohol. They literally cannot take their drink. They become drunk after just one drink. It really knocks them
I know a couple of people like that. No, you don't. Yeah, and I won't mention their name on like Twitch or this podcast, but everybody from members of Alsager Cricket Club will know who I'm talking about. So.
Do you want another question from Twitch?
Absolutely. Yes. We love questions from Twitch.
I'm enjoying the questions.
I'm enjoying the questions.
This is a sort of double-pronged question. And red wine, in particular, room temperature or chilled?
Room.
100%. If it's chilled, you're just disgusting. And we don't want to know about you.
Should be shamed of yourself.
Disgraceful. And the second one was basically, it's not the wording there, but do you decant it beforehand? And the answer is absolutely yes.
The answer is no, but should you? Yes.
Yes. We should.
You should, but do you? Probably not.
No, I only do when Catherine's brother-in-law, who used to review wine for The Guardian, comes up for Christmas with a crate of lovely different wines, and we have to decant it a couple of hours before we drink it.
So you won't mind me saying, my father-in-law has a lovely sort of, and you pour the wine, I don't know what it's called, is it diffuser, is that what it's called? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
And you pour the wine over it, and it then settles in this sort of vessel, and then you use that to then pour it. But what he's done is he's effectively decanted it into this, and he's allowed it to breathe. And I do believe that what you should do is you should open a bottle of wine, particularly red, and not pour it straight away. So you should open it and let it breathe for a period of time.
You won't breathe if you're in the bottle, though.
No, and I think that's the.
Whoa!
Dude! Seriously?
Sofa. Fucking hell, what was a sofa?
Anyway, back to the show. I do believe.
See if we can recreate it.
No!
I can't make the same noise again.
You see, I do believe that we probably should decant, and when you say let it breathe, I think you understand the reasoning why you should, but if you're then going to do that, you should follow it through and then say, actually what we should do is we should then diffuse it into something else and
you decant it into a nice
decant it,
wide bottom base.
Wide bottom base, and then there's this looks a bit phallic, really, in the middle sort of thing. But you sort of pour the wine over it, and it sort of spills over the middle of it, and then it
Gets the air
decants into the yeah.
But you do say yes, and you believe that? Because you say it doesn't taste any different depending on what glass you drink
I
it.
believe oxygenating it does help.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I do. So, Kylie Minogue, first of all, we asked the question about Graham Norton. Is it her real name?
No, it's not a real name.
No idea.
It is. It is Kylie Ann Minogue, yeah.
Is it?
God bless her, that is her real name. So let's give this one a score out of 10 then. I'd be interested to hear what you think about this one, Dave. You didn't score old Graham too highly.
I'd probably give this a 4. If I was served a glass of that with food, I'd drink it, just one glass, and I'd be, that's okay. Wouldn't be like, it's really nice, give me another, but I wouldn't like not be able to drink it like the Graham Norton one.
See, could you not drink Graham Norton's?
No.
No.
I mean,
Why?
if somebody poured it, I would.
Why?
If it was poured, I would, because it'd be a bit rude not to. Unless I knew that like one of you two are next to me, I'd just go, do you want that?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
TBR production night out here, just drink this.
Yeah.
If it was taste that, do you want some? It'd be no thanks. I'll have a glass of water.
You should that.
But the Kylie Minogue one, I would have a glass of that with dinner.
You see, I again, it goes back to that subjective. Is it the French wine influence? But I didn't enjoy that as much as the Graham Norton one.
I didn't.
So I would rate that. What did I say? Graham Norton 7. So I'd rate that as a 5 or 6, slightly less. By all means, it's not the worst white wine.
5 or 6.
5.
5. Well, I'd give that one a solid 7. I thought it was okay, but I preferred the other one.
You went 8, didn't you, for Graham Norton?
Yeah, I thought it was decent. I enjoyed it.
I didn't mind the Graham Norton. Yeah. You say didn't blow me away, sort of thing, but.
You just
although is that wrong?
Graham can do that. Graham can
Graham,
do that.
you do that to lots of people.
Just touching
I am.
on what you just said about France. The question just in: is there a particular region of wine that we like?
You see, is it a region? Is it a country? You see, I love Argentinian Malbecs, so I love a red from Argentina. I really, if someone said you've got an Argentinian Malbec or you've got, I don't know, Spanish Rioja or something like that or whatever, I would go Argentinian Malbec because that's the region of the wine I like. Whoa! Gee, whoa! Sacrilege, dude!
Did it wrong.
You have. After telling us how important the glass is, you just poured it in your white wine.
No, it's rinsed out though. That's the right.
Jeez!
Sorry, folks. I almost poured red wine in a white wine glass.
Woo!
Wow.
And how slow and steady these guys are drinking it. That would have been terrible, wouldn't it?
No, I think so. I quite like the sort of South American red, Chilean, Argentinian. I do quite like that.
So where is the wine region of Ireland?
Okay, that's a curveball.
County
Armagh.
It's just below Cork.
Wait, hold on.
Press the button.
It's pressed.
Oh dear me. They're just saying on Twitch that was a close call. It certainly was. The way you guys panicked.
Dude, it's like
You made a big deal about which glass you could drink it out of, and then poured it in a white wine glass.
Yeah, well, I've got a bit of a problem, haven't I? Give me a
got a bit of a drink
Which,
problem.
which we did highlight with you earlier.
I had a plan for that, didn't I?
They clearly didn't work.
It is waterproof, isn't it?
We'll find out.
That's your table. So did you? So me for region of wines. You know what? I've not really paid that much attention to it. Whenever I go to France, buy French wine, and I really like it. It's more the style of wine. I know that some styles come from particular regions, but a Shiraz or a Malbec, that sort of thing, or a Rioja. So if they come from a specific country, then that's the answer. But I don't know what that country is.
Yeah.
What about you, Adam?
I to be honest, I do enjoy French wines. Am I aware where their regions that they come from? Truthfully, not that familiar with their geographical locations. In terms of the Chateauneuf de Pape, I do enjoy that wine, and maybe this is a perception thing that you're talking about. Maybe it's because I know that it's an expensive wine. However, it's quite a smooth vanilla-y wine, and that's what I quite like out of a red. So this one then, is not a Chateauneuf de Pape by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I have never tried the red. This is the only wine out of the lot that we're drinking tonight that I haven't already tried. I've tried the white version and I was ill the following morning. I'll pre-warn you. What did you think? Sorry,
have we haven't said what it is yet, have we?
Tell the good people
It's a Gary Barlow. I think he's a singer. It's an organic wine, red wine. It says vine variety something. Can't read it.
It's varietal, yeah. So
it's blended. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Then that's why I can't read it. But it's got no other name of that, and I can't read it right on the back.
You see, I said to Adam earlier, I'm not a huge fan, and Adam I think agrees with me. I'm not a huge fan of blended wines. I like a wine to be and you said it earlier, didn't you? I like you like your wine to be particular
varieties, yeah.
Variety. For me, it's not great. I and people that know me will say, "Oh, yeah, that's Gaz," but I quite like a rough red. Things with legs, tannings, like a rough. This is a bit Ribenery for me. It doesn't have enough body. It's a bit. It lacks a little bit of.
It does up front, but at the end, it has got a bit of depth to it. It's a bit light to start with. It's not smooth. That's got a bit of roughness at the back.
I would say it's rough. It's rough in the same way that Deliverance is a rough film. Yeah. But
see, there's not enough for me.
No,
it doesn't smell great.
I'm with Gaz. If I'm going to enjoy a red wine, I do enjoy a rough red, but it needs to have character, and it needs to have flavour, and it needs to have taste. And this,
it's not. I wouldn't. If this is going to sound really awful, if I ordered that and it came and I'd be a bit like, I really don't like it, can you take it back? So I'm not that type of person, but
if I'd have paid £4 for that or £5, I'd be happy. If I'd paid 6 or 7,
8 or 9 quid, you'd be like,
yeah, 6 or 7, it'd be okay. 8 or 9, I'm thinking,
Well, yeah, you brought up the price then, so
see, just the colour of it. It just
what do you imagine
it's not really
that's cost me?
Just
no flat. It's hard to think that celebrities are flogging cheap wine.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say, because the other two are exactly the same price, I'll say this is exactly the same price as well.
Okay. I'll go to 8.
No, you're both wrong. It's cheaper. Okay. This is the cheapest wine.
We sort of said that, though, aren't we, in a way, from our...
How cheap?
£5.99.
Yeah. Good shout, Dave, yeah.
£5.99 from B&M Bargains.
It just doesn't...
B&M Bargains? Is that mixing 2 stores, B&M and Bargains?
No, B&M Bargains. That's what it's called.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it just doesn't...
It's better than a 4 or 5 quid, but
it just doesn't have enough.
So there's one celebrity, and I want to get my hands on his wine, specifically for yourself, actually, guys. So Ian Botham has a selection of wines out.
He's a huge...
We know he likes his wine.
Yeah,
we know he likes his wine. Obviously, Gordon Ramsay. I nipped over to Waitrose. I thought that was going to be my best bet, and obviously I thought maybe Heston.
Your best or your best bet?
Best bet.
Okay.
Best bet.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely said best bet then, by the way.
Well, we'll play it back. We'll find out. But yeah, I thought that was going to be my best bet. And I spoke to the wine rep in there, who will give us she said, like, we will give you some wine. No, we give us, but I suspect we have to pay for them.
Can she not come on to another future episode?
Well, if you're listening, because she promised she would. She's one of our followers.
She's not watching on Twitch. She might be listening.
Well, it's a big ask. It's a big ask. But hopefully she listens via Spotify, which is where she...
Absolutely, yeah.
She liked us on Spotify. And she said she will give us some wines with character and story, and give us the story. So if we want to do another episode about wine, we can do one with wines with stories.
She should come in. Get her to come on. Be ace.
I will ask her.
You see, one of the best. You see, one of my best sort of experiences with wine as such was when we went. So we did like a wine tasting, and we went up to. I think the place. I don't know if it's still there now. A place called Vinier was in the Albert Dock, and we did.
And my stag do.
Yeah. And we did like. They brought out like 5 wines and they said, do you want white or do you want red? Do you want 2 white, 2 red and a rosé? And we sort of went red. So they brought out 5 different types of red, and they came out and they served it to us and they said, this is the particular grape and this is how it develops and this is how it's oaked and this is how it's cast and this is how it's bottled and all. And they gave you the spiel and they said, oh, there you go, we'll just leave you for 5-10 minutes sort of thing. And there were 5, 6 of us. I think Bill went, but Bill wasn't drinking wine. He was at the bar drinking bottles of beer or whatever it was, garlic in a bag or whatever it was. So, you know, and then we ordered like a lovely sort of charcuterie board, and it was great. And we had 5 different types of wine, and it's weird because your brother Mark said, he preferred them in the order they came out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I sort of went, well, no, I much preferred 5 because, or 3 because, and that is a real strong memory for me, because they came out and there was the wines were different, and every one of us could say why we liked either that one or that one. So for me, it was the flavour, or it was the tannins, or it was as you said, it was the after bit. And Mark went, no, I really like that because it was the taste initially and everybody said something different. And that's a real strong memory of mine, and I like red just because of the variety you get. Personally, and people will shout me down on Twitch and this and that, I think there's more variety of red that you can get. But
well, we could find out if there's more varieties of white or red. I'm sure somebody will Google it for us. Albert, get on it.
Yeah, get on it, son. But I know what you're saying. I generally prefer white because I prefer a cold beverage, refreshing beverage. Although I'm partial to a stout. Even when I drink my imperial stouts, I have them chilled as well. Now they aren't refreshing, but I do like a chilled beverage. I would never ever chill. I'm gonna have a little bit more of this, just out of
You never chill a red wine. That's just sacrilege. We've got another question coming.
No, I don't. You should never chill a red wine.
No, never.
In my opinion,
never.
But okay, so this is another thing. Then, should you or have you is the question? But should you, as follows it. Drink red wine out of a box, or wine out of a box of wine. Ooh. Now I have, when we go on holiday.
Back in the old day where you had those things, you gave that little.
Not even now when we go to France, because when we're on holiday we might drink a bit more. Don't drink at all, folks, now. But when we're on holiday, we might drink a bit more than usual, and rather than having like 10 or 12 glass
pints.
bottles bottles over the course of a week, you buy 1 box or maybe 2 boxes, and you're done. And because over in France, the quality for the money is so much better. You're doing all right. But I don't think I can't remember last time I bought it at home.
God, sorry, Mum. Sort of thing. You know, Mum used to drink wine like it was going out of fashion, like most other things. Sorry, Mum. But you know, but I remember to be like boxes, and then inside the box there'd be like this like bag.
Yeah.
And then you'd have like this weird like, so you'd like flip, and then you push the button on top, and then you'd like.
Yeah. So you've not done that recently then?
No.
You just remember it from Mum?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that still like?
Yeah, that's
how it works. Yeah.
Like genuinely, like
put it on the back, peel the cardboard off, and then you pull out the squeeze
the squeeze of it.
Cardboard back down.
Never
wine on tap.
Wow. Sorry, Mum, but she loved that.
Just getting it open.
I know.
Letting it breathe.
Do you want a hand?
I just wonder if it's going to go over the sofa.
Broke.
Adam is just for those folks who are listening at home. Adam's just completely failed to open a bottle of wine with what looks like something out of RoboCop. I think it's a bottle opener, but it's clearly extremely over-engineered and
is
failing.
Very over-engineered. But
have you got a normal screw?
Dude, don't you worry, it's sorted.
Oh, it's done.
It's sorted.
Okay.
I just didn't have it in the right position.
Sorry, folks. Just look at the state of that. I mean, seriously, what is
The
that?
camera is there, mate.
I know. To be fair, there's a camera there, but we aren't.
Look at that.
Actually using
What
it.
is it? It's definitely massively over-engineered.
That's something that like Predator would have on his knuckles or something.
Is that part of it as well?
What the
For the base.
It's the best. Well, okay. You like that, don't you?
No, I don't. I think it's fucking awful, to be honest with you. I really think that's a.
Yeah, that's what. To be fair, I like red wine, but that's going to go over there somewhere because
that's one saved for the
that's
wives,
the one
isn't
saved
it?
for the wives. Yeah, because
Get involved.
A quick question to commence. A very quick fire one. This: do we plan to do a whiskey episode?
Yes.
No.
hate whiskey, can't drink it.
Do it by myself, not a problem.
No, I'd definitely taste it. I don't mind tasting it. Well, I wouldn't drink it.
I'm not. I no. I don't think so.
I'll do a whiskey episode.
Oh, you can't even taste it, guys.
We'll get it involved.
Do you know what I think? 24-hour theory. Literally, we've just been talking about it. But I think just because of Mum, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't. Just not something that sort of. I don't know. Just having said that, I don't mind sort of cocktails with whiskey as a base or a derivative. And when we went out a couple of weeks ago and stuff, that I had a couple of drinks that had whiskey as a derivative. I definitely couldn't drink it just whiskey with ice or whiskey and water or whiskey and tonic or whiskey and orange or whatever it was. So I couldn't do that.
Apparently, you need to grow up hair.
Oh, okay. Albert, you can do one.
It's not Albert.
Oh, okay. Who is it?
That's one of our
Steve, you can do one.
Let's stop threatening our listeners. We need the listeners.
It's definitely Steve then, because he loves his whiskey. So Steve, you can do one.
No, Albert's laughing, but he wasn't the one.
No. So this wine, okay, moving on. 13.5%. So it's the strongest one so far. What are our thoughts? How are we going to rate this one? Bear in mind, you guys are red wines. I like my white wines. You guys like the reds.
You see, am I rating this on a red wine scale, or am I rating this compared to the whites? Because you see, I gave it a 7 and a 5 or whatever. You see, that for me isn't. That's not great.
How are we rated it compared to the 4 we're drinking? Or
is it compared to each other, or is it just on a? That for me isn't great.
It will be once I've told them all.
That for me isn't great. So I'm a 3 for me. That's not great. No. I've had worse red wines, but it's not.
I'd probably give that a 5. I thought it was okay. Nothing special, but it's okay. I wouldn't be upset at drinking a couple of glasses of that.
Yeah, it doesn't float away.
I'll happily drink red or white, but that one, I'll be dead honest. I've tried the white version of this, and that's friggin' awful. That actually is a lot better than the white version. I'm going to give it a solid 4.
Do you think your rating of these wines is prejudiced at all by the celebrity's name on the bottle?
No, I don't think so. Because
there's no way I'd have put Graham Norton above Kylie Minogue. I'm not being funny, but definitely Graham Norton on the bottom.
There's an image, folks. So this wine, by the way, also bottled by Benchmark Wines, which is the same people who did the Graham Norton.
Do you think they've just cross-contaminated various bits? And
I think they've changed their name to Celebrity Wines, don't they?
I think they've hit up on the market here that people are going to pick up those wines based on the celebrity name on it, not on the quality of the wine. So they can put any old tat in a bottle. Now, whereas Graham might care about what goes in it, Gary, I'm going to suggest, couldn't give a shit as long as you're making a penny out of it.
No, he probably doesn't even know it exists.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that much going on. I mean, we're not disrespecting. He's an incredibly successful guy.
No, you didn't know who he was earlier.
No.
Of course I know who he is. He's in
Boyzone.
Boyzone, mate.
Yeah, there you go.
You take that.
Yeah.
Take what?
Take that.
Take what?
So, God bless Gary Barlow, okay? This is a Spanish wine, by the way. It's a Spanish varietal wine, so it's a number of grapes. Lord knows only where they've come from and who stamped them down, but that's what's in the bottle.
Leftovers.
No, it has that feel about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just the dregs. It's like
It'd be
4 quid, 5 quid.
A poor crop with 10% of decent grapes.
4 quid, 5 quid.
So vegan didn't float your boat in terms of picking a wine. Vegan didn't make you buy it or not. Would seeing organic on the bottle?
No.
If it was that, no, but not normally. No, I don't think so. No, it goes back to the if you sort of like something, you like it. Irrespective, is it organic? Is it vegan? Is it non-organic, non-vegan? Whatever. It goes back to the if you like the taste. To me, irrespective of how it's manufactured, what the ingredients are, whatever. If I like it, I like it. I just don't happen to like that wine.
I think if I drank it and really liked it, and then the next week I picked up the bottle to the next of it that was also a Malbec or a Shiraz for the same price, and I liked that equally, and I went back the next week, I'd probably buy the organic just because it's organic, but it wouldn't be a differentiator.
Is that because that's a
That's a bit
that's yeah. That's a non-taste. That's just a.
There's no difference.
If there's no difference, then I'll just go with that. Yeah.
Gary Barlow, is that his real name?
No. Well, it probably is actually.
Change your name to Gary, are you?
It probably no. Gary might be, but Barlow might not be.
Gary Barlow is his real name. Gary William Barlow, and he's from Frodsham in Cheshire.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the last of the wines, Dave.
See, I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. If you'd like to show that to the camera.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm feeling you'll be disappointed.
Dude, okay, folks, this is.
I'm really hoping this is a really rough red, by the way.
This is not my eyes, but I don't know what that actually is.
Cali red.
Cali?
Is it Cali?
Or is it tea?
Cali.
Cali.
Cali is in
Cali.
California.
Yeah, Cali
Which is
red,
where
isn't it?
Snoop Dogg is from.
Now, this is a. Is it Snoop Dogg? You know, it looks very similar to a bottle of wine that.
19 Crimes.
Yes.
Yeah, now 19 Crimes I think is quite nice. Now, the missus hates it, thinks
quite
it's
like 19
treacle,
Crimes.
thinks it's horrible.
19
But
Crimes.
I don't mind 19 Crimes.
So this is. It's not labelled as a. It's not labelled as anything.
I think it's a blended,
It's
isn't it?
another blend.
It is a blended one, yeah.
That's why it's not labelled as anything.
Oh, it's a lovely noise.
See, I'm looking forward to this because I'm hoping it's really rough and really
it's
bad, but good in a way.
Oh, it's very light in colour.
Oh, is it? Oh, see, I really want it to
In
be.
the same way that you think Snoop's a badass, you kind of hope this is going to be a
Yeah,
badass bottle of wine.
I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I really want it to be like a real
He's a singer, is he?
Christ almighty.
Christ on a bike.
Rap he does?
Eh? Yes. Gee whiz, he's literally at least the second or third most famous.
Like reinvented, like anyway.
But
See,
yeah,
Doesn't smell good.
it does not smell good.
Oh God! Oh no! I'm afraid that doesn't smell good at all. Is his music any good?
Fantastic.
Okay.
see that I could drink that.
That's all right for you, is it? One of our listeners, it also happens to be my brother John, big fan of this wine.
I don't mind that.
I'm not a huge fan.
I don't mind that.
That said, and I wonder if it's how we pitched it. We had the Gary Barlow first. Following on from that, it's far superior to Gary Barlow's wine.
Yeah. It doesn't. It just doesn't smell. It doesn't smell great, but the taste
What's
is
the-
much better than the smell.
Try to look for berries.
Good luck with that. Bear in mind, it's a blended.
No, but I'm just. Is it? Because it.
That's really up and down. It doesn't smell very nice, and it sort of hits. And you go yeah, and then it followed with a no, and then yeah. It's a real.
See, even then, maybe first impressions were a bit early.
Yeah. Did you go too soon?
Maybe
on
went
that?
too soon. Maybe.
I think that
wouldn't be a
that's,
first.
that's it's rough, but it doesn't follow through with any kind of real body and flavour for me.
Everybody loves to follow through. No, I think I got.
A bit excited.
Yeah.
It's because you've got a blend of a blend though, because you're not rinsing out your glasses, so you're going to be
I think-
confused.
Dave,
I think
you
the
put yours
initial
on
taste-
white wine glass.
I think the initial taste, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be really good, and then it gets to the back of your throat. You think, oh, come on then, and then
not
it's
there.
like
Yeah,
there's no like not burn, but there's no.
yeah. That's what it is. You think it's gonna, and then it doesn't.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you actually though.
This wine's a novelty because it's not made by Benchmark or bottled by Benchmark in Surrey, which the other three are.
It's not the worst wine. But
Well, go on. Let's have an idea of price then for this one. What are your thoughts price wise?
no Snoop. He's probably going highbrow.
He's going to drop it like it's hot.
It's the
Dave
same
will
all
understand
thing.
that.
Is that him? Is that him on the front?
It is.
Okay, so he looks.
I'm thinking tenner.
Yeah. Looking at his face, I reckon he thinks he's bigger than he is.
Fucking hell, Dave. Good job he's not local. That kind of talk gets you
No,
shot.
he's got.
I'm going to pop a cap in your ass. You know what I mean?
He's got. Well, that fits into the narrative I'm saying. He thinks that he can, he's better, and it doesn't matter what it makes or tastes like.
I don't think he knows who he is.
But he can. I don't know who he is. I'm going by his picture. I reckon he reckons this is going for a 12, 13 quid bottle because he thinks it's good because
I
it's.
don't think it's that high. I'll go.
People are buying it.
I'd top out at 11, but I think it's 10.
Oh, dude. 11 quid a bottle.
I wasn't far off for 12, 13.
Yeah, but he was spot on, so. So he's having it.
All right, fair enough.
We've all had a drink, calm down. But yeah, 11 quid a bottle. I don't know if, for me, that's an £11 bottle of wine.
No.
No.
I think he's probably added at least £3 per bottle just because it's him and it's his name.
Yeah. If it was to score that, I initially the smell I'd go like a 3, The initial taste I'd probably put a 6, but then the actual taste is probably going to be a 5. It's no different really to Gary Barlow's.
Oh no, I think it's better than Gary Barlow's, with the greatest respect to Snoop and Gary.
It's not. You see, if I was Snoop, if you're listening, Snoop, this is a bit of advice.
Has he commented?
I just think $12.99 apparently.
Where's that?
You have to tell me where. Whoever's posting $12.99.
I paid £11 in Tesco.
You see, I think
We'll see.
it would be fantastic if he created, to suit his persona, a really rough, like.
That might
As
be
you
his
said-
attempt at it though. That might be his attempt.
Maybe. As you said, I think you taste it, you think, yeah.
And then it's no.
It doesn't.
No.
There's
Exactly.
nothing. There's no after. I'm trying to look at. There's a bit of legs. There's not. There's not
too
loads.
thin. It's not sticking to the glass.
No,
at
it's
all.
very thin. It's very thin.
And that's probably why you get the hit initially.
Yeah,
no
but there's
depth.
nothing. Yeah, there's no depth to it. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Dave. I think that's.
We'll be right pros by the end of this, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, we sort of sound like we half know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We'll have another glass of it, but the night it's still light outside. That's what we're doing.
I know, yeah. With
Dave, you have another one of these?
No, I'm not having any more of that. Yeah. No, we need to know the price of a bottle from a supermarket, please, not the price of a glass from a restaurant.
It's just £11, isn't it?
£11 from Tesco.
No, I'm talking to the person.
Oh,
who's
okay.
to our audience, not you.
Someone's paid £12 for a glass.
12 £12 for a glass.
Honestly, dude, you wouldn't believe.
You have been fleeced. whoever
You would
you
not.
are.
Dude, we went to the vault a couple of weeks ago, and you look at the price of their wine, you're like, yeah, seriously? It's like £45. You can walk
For a bottle?
Yeah, and you walk 100 yards down the road, you'll get it for $12.99.
Yeah, but we got 20% discount because his daughter works there.
And it was lovely, and the food was great. The vault, if you wanted to let us,
That's still 36 quid. It's really considerable.
Well, I did buy
the
it.
vault is
I was
fantastic. By the way, the vault, Abby, if you're listening, thank you very much. Well, you're
No,
not
I was
listening because you're at work, so thank you.
So we've tried 4 different wines now.
See,
4
it's
different.
Still talking about it.
We are.
This is so you can't make up your mind.
I'm
Can you?
really disappointed with it.
Is that what it is?
Out of
I
all
told
of them,
you you would be.
out of all of them, that was the one I was really looking forward to.
But then the promise, when you started tasting it, the promise was there.
And
to
it's
double
like-
it down.
It's there, but then you swallow it and you think,
What I will
It's just a
say,
bit
for
not right,
Gary
but it's
Barlow
just
is, I've tried this wine before and I had it by itself. Drinking Gary Barlow's wine first, I tell you what, vastly improves the flavour of this one.
Doesn't do it for me. I think
just
it's on
not-
par. The end result's on par.
you're spot on there, Dave. It initially thinks, yeah, that's going to be really good, but it just doesn't quite deliver. I'm happy with that. Well, that's a
Bit like TBR.
Yeah, we promise.
promises so much.
We don't do that.
So much.
Yeah. So I tell you, here's a question then, Dave. I want to get you involved in this, and I hope we can. We want to go down to the NFL and watch a game of American football. And we know Andy, we can get him involved in this. Would you come down and watch a game of American football with myself and Gaz? We might go to London, Spurs, or Wembley. Thinking
We might visit
Germany. We're thinking Germany.
We might visit en route a couple of hostelries.
Oh, we're gonna
Maybe.
We could do a few episodes while we're in Germany. So I think this idea's got legs.
Whereabouts in Germany? Because you've got friends in Germany.
Berlin.
Frankfurt.
I was going to say,
Frankfurt.
because my cousin lives in Berlin at the moment.
Is it Frankfurt?
Which one?
Second cousin Isabel, Patrick's daughter.
Yeah, oh, no, Patrick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Pat. Yeah.
So his daughter lives in Berlin. Moved out there
It's
recently.
Frankfurt. Is it Frankfurt? I thought it was Berlin.
Frankfurt, dude.
Okay.
If we
that's
could be
fine.
tied into a family holiday, so the wife and kids there, they go do something in the day, they go watch the whatever it is he said.
Taking wife and kids, for crying out loud.
But you can, but then what?
Take them. They're not coming to the NFL. They might want to come to the NFL, just get different seats.
They might have a completely different experience than we've had.
Yeah, I hope so.
But no, yeah. Look, we need to grow the NFL. and
We want to do. We've got the NFL girl.
I'd love to
UK.
do. I'd love to
Come
do
on, join us on an episode in the future. But
TBR
this-
International.
German.
Dude, that's the badger. That is us
dream.
three and Andy.
Yeah.
That's the dream team.
And Dave.
Was 3 Andy and Dave? The wine going down, all right?
Yeah. Too well. So,
Okay.
here's a question then. NFL teams.
Okay.
American football teams, not just NFL. Which team has the worst name?
Which is different between NFL and American football?
Well, NFL is the one based in the States.
The what?
But American football
American
based in the States is the NFL, National Football League. So they have leagues elsewhere in the Canadian Football League. There's a European Football League, okay? Who has the worst name? Twitch, get involved. I like
Pittsburgh
that.
Steelers. Garbage.
I've got a worse one than that. I know it's a good name anyway, Steelers, but I've got a good name. Dave.
Is that the worst name?
No. It's good. It's a solid name. It's my middle
The
name.
Frankfurt Dave.
I didn't
That
know.
works.
You mentioned this last week. I'm sure I didn't know his middle name was David.
Did you not know that?
Well, I couldn't remember knowing.
Adam David Dickinson.
Thank you.
Well, I've just told you.
So, no.
I genuinely thought I didn't know that.
Well,
Albert, if you're listening, I didn't know that.
But I have got the worst team name ever, and it's a European American football team. I don't know if you know it, but see if you can come up with a bad name for a team.
The Hanover hand jobs.
It's not a million miles away from that, my friend. Based out of Milan. If anybody knows the Milan team.
The Milan Malodorers.
No, it's better than that, dude. The Milano Seamen.
I wasn't far off with the hand jobs.
weren't a million miles
I was
away.
making it up.
We're a million miles away.
Oh, dear me.
Although the Hanover hand jobs sounds.
Chicago Bears, apparently.
Whoa! Who's that? Who is that? Who's that on there?
It's somebody called Paul.
Yeah, you can do one.
Apparently, that can't be real, what you've just made up. From Milan.
No,
Milano.
when I say seamen, it's Seamen.
As in people that work
People
on the
that
sea.
are at sea, yeah.
Right.
We need to find out. Is it better than a chilada?
Is what better than a chilada?
Fine. He said that right at the start of the podcast. We're not listening.
Yeah, I said, what's a chilada?
You're about to find out.
All right, okay. Adam, for those listening on Spotify and other platforms are available, Adam's just put a big tub of what looks like cut up lime or unripe lemons, not sure which.
Limes.
Limes, and a bottle of
Lime juice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's.
I don't know what's coming next.
There's a glass, which is a Dixon flannel glass.
So it's a
I'll give you the...
plastic cup of something. It's got something inside. What's this
There we go.
inside?
That, my friend, is something called tagine. So it is a salt, lime, and chili spice.
So just a big shout out to the Tiddy and Shiner there. There we go. Look at that bad boy. There we go. Thanks, boys.
That's the tagine.
Oh,
which is
dude, what are you doing?
a small bottle of something.
So the idea with this is, what we're going to do is going to put some lime around the rim. We're going to rim it, which is the way that the Scottish alchemists would have us do it.
Okay. The rim of what?
Actually, we haven't rated this, actually. So we rate this at...
I did. I said 5. So
5.
On right, okay. Can
End
we do
result.
2 more?
No, end
okay.
result. End result.
Yeah, 5. It's not great, is it? On promise, 7 or 8. But on end
7.
result,
Yeah.
not great.
Right, I'm going to give it a 5 as well. So, if we're going to rate the wines, okay. Snoop Dogg, 15. Garibaldi, 12. So that's the worst wine.
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue, 16 out of 30. And Graham Norton, 70. So Graham Norton wins.
Yeah,
It's not bad, considering I don't like white wine. I've still got 17.
Yeah, I think that comes from I didn't mind it and I could drink it, whereas I think you didn't mind it and you could drink it. So
It was alright. Though. So what we're going to do...
I'm drinking now.
What we're going to do, we're going to rim our wines by putting some lime around
Rim
the
or
edge.
wines?
Oh, our beer, sorry. By putting some lime around the edge,
Right, okay.
dipping it in the salt.
Okay. We'll have to do that now.
Yeah, if you like to do
Are
it.
you behind us here or not? Are you...
I'm letting you do it. I'm letting you do it. I'm gonna
Okay,
catch
so
it when you want.
we are rimming our plastic cups. And that's not a euphemism.
I have the Tall Boy Radio cup here.
See, that would have been better if you'd have done that, dude, but...
And then
No, just rim it. Just put it in there like that.
Yeah,
we're not double dipping. It's all right. Okay, so I've rimmed it with something that Adam says is salt, but it doesn't look like it.
Celery salt.
Celery salt. Then what next?
Then we're going to pop the tagine in.
God, dude.
The tagine. That's this. What, all of it?
All of it, yes.
Well, I'm not putting a load of this in. Well, I can, but I'm not going to drink it all.
I would. Yeah, that's probably the best way to go.
So what should I do? Put a load of it in or not?
All of it.
All of it?
And then put all of that in and then just not drink it.
Seriously?
Yes. And then you stick a squirt of lime in there.
Oh my God, how much...
I can't even open it.
You'll enjoy this, I promise.
How do you open it? Open that for me, mate.
We're going to see this taste better than those wines.
What is it? What is this stuff?
Tagine.
Yeah, you've said that, but what is it?
Lime, salt and chilli.
Well, isn't that just the thing we put on it anyway?
No, that's just all sorts of stuff. And then you want a squirt of lime juice in there as well.
Right, okay.
We put...
Then we're sticking some. This is called the Longboard Poland Lager. Is that Poland? Island Lager.
Island lager, God bless you. It's Hawaiian.
Two completely different places.
Well, it's actually with an S as well, so it's not even a country.
Oh my God, it looks like a scientific experiment.
Yeah,
Listen,
is-
dude, we've got someone else after. It's going to be bloody awful. So
This is right. That's not all going to fit in, but this is bubbling. I don't know. It's hard to show on the camera. I'm just reminding folks, I've not been drinking any wine at all.
in the glass.
What's the next thing to do after I've poured all this in?
just give it a good stir.
Oh, dude, this is going to be...
Oh, it's gone all over the place. Don't need stirring, it's all over the table.
It's going to be...
It's like that volcano experiment you did.
It's going to be good.
Give it a good stir. We should just put another thing in. You put some more lime juice.
Yeah. Lime juice shake up. Lime juice.
So this is a chelado. This is a chelado.
Okay. How much of this?
Dude, seriously.
Just that'll do nicely.
Okay. So this is for folks at home. Just to recap, we've put some Longboard Lager, some tagine, which is salt, chili, and lime.
Yes.
Lime around the rim, salt, lime around the rim, and lime juice in. Give it all a stir, and then see if you can do it without throwing up, I suppose.
Dave's not going to drink that.
Okay, that's
It's nice.
there's a lot going on actually.
I'm not a fan of that.
The salt, the chili. I'm going to have another sip, but I'm not going to have any more, just because I'm not.
Not a fan of that.
Is there any of the wines tonight you enjoyed less than that?
Yeah. The white. The
Really?
first white, Kylie Minogue white.
Okay.
No. I don't like that. It's not the... I think it's the texture. I think it's the bitty texture of it.
It's hard to say. I can't make that show.
Like that. Like for me, just looks like.
It looks a bit like when you're marinating chicken, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've got all your salt and your spices and your oils and all of that, and it looks like that. Just for folks at home, it's very bitty because of the salt and the chili flakes, but and it feels warm, but warm and the heat of the chili. You can't really taste lager at all.
No.
No, I
can taste it.
I could drink that.
Gaza?
Not a fan. I'll drink it.
Yeah.
Is it a thing, or have you just made it up?
No, of course it's a thing. It's a chelada. I'm just.
Oh, that's the thing.
Is it Brad?
Just like a small dog.
No. Chelada. It's a Tex-Mex thing.
But you look at that, you think, like, why would I drink that?
Because it's alcohol.
I think that tastes good, dude. I think it tastes good. So we've got one final test.
Not a fan.
One final test, Gaza. So,
I'm not a fan of that.
we try 4 wines. We try a chelada. Well, what we
If
are.
I don't like that, I'm definitely not going to like this, am I?
No.
Yeah, why won't you like this? Just read out what it's called again. For the
It's
folks at home.
called, Jepson's Marlow Liquor. Let us know if you've ever tried this. I've never heard of it. I know Ryan Hacker of the Pub Time.
Are you having some?
No, I haven't got any of that. Sorry.
I'll give you some. I'll donate some.
Go on, just a bit then.
Not in that glass, you
You're going
won't.
to. I'll have it in this glass then.
Well, which glass did you drink it off, folks?
Or I'll have it at the bottle. I'll have it at the bottle.
There you go.
Hang on, they've put way too much in there.
Whoa!
Come on. I don't want to waste it. I'll just tip a little bit out. So this
No,
is,
you're not allowed to mix.
So this is the Cure, all the way from
enjoying
Illinois. And it's
Down the hatch.
now that's all right actually. It's a bit dry.
Fucking
That's quite nice. That.
Oh, gee.
I couldn't drink a lot of
No,
that.
that's quite nice. No, not
Bitter.
you're not liking that.
Oh, it's that after.
I've had worse, but not much.
No.
Gee.
Steve,
Worse.
thank you very much
Yeah,
for
thank you,
listening.
Steve, yeah.
I appreciate it.
So,
You can keep it.
Well, I quite like that. I would probably like that more than all the other stuff.
really?
No,
Yeah.
no, I can't drink that either. Sorry, dude.
In fact, I've still got two of them at home, so I'll
Can't
save
drink
them.
that.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So,
I'd
folks.
probably rather suck on one of them than.
This listeners at home, he's pointing to the lime.
Yes. So we're coming to the end of this episode. So we've had a number of wines. We've had a chelada. We've had whatever that was, Jepson's Malone Liquor. Dave, which do you choose out of those? The four awful, mediocre wines that we've had. Because let's face it,
Are you going to drink that?
I'm enjoying this, dude. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not drinking two of them. It's my son's birthday weekend. I'd like to spend some time away from the toilet. So, in terms of the wines we've had, is any of those that you would choose over the wines that you would regularly drink? Does the celebrity name help? Does it detract?
I genuinely would drink the Graham Norton one again. I'm not a huge white wine drinker. I prefer red than white. However, if someone said, "Oh, what was the Graham Norton wine?" I'd be like, "Yeah, it's a pleasant wine. It would accompany various foods. I think it's a decent drink." The reds, no. I don't think I'd substitute any of them for the wines I would normally drink. I think the Snoop Dogg one I'd have loved it to have had potential, just because I think the marketing, the branding that could go with it is the rough, the ready, the gangster red, but it just didn't have the legs or the body to go with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't buy any of those wines. If I bought them once, I wouldn't buy them a second time. None of them, because the two that were cheap weren't very nice. The two that were expensive weren't very nice. They're okay, but not worth the money. If the Snoop Dogg was £5 or maybe £6, I might buy that over a £5 or £6, red plonk red. But it's a maybe. The one I enjoyed the most was actually this Malort. To drink it and think, yeah, that was nice. Was that one? That other stuff that I could drink that probably. I don't know if it's one of those that I think as I started to drink more,
Really didn't like that.
I'd probably stop halfway through.
I'd be interested to see what the beer was like on its own.
Not great. Yeah, not great to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of that beer, Long Beach, Longboard.
What about you, Adam?
Well, in terms of the wines, the white wines,
I don't mind that.
the Kylie Minogue wine, I'm okay with. Graham Norton white wine, I'm okay with both of those two wines.
Would you buy them as opposed to a normal white wine?
No,
So-
I wouldn't. To be honest with you, I'll pick something else. It's probably a pound or two cheaper because it's probably likely to be a better wine than those two that we drank tonight.
So therefore, by deduction, do you think that they have inflated their prices because of the name attached to them?
I do. I think that's the case. That they're paying a dividend out to these people.
Yeah.
And The red wines themselves, I actually think are quite poor red wines. The white wines themselves, maybe, I think white wines you can probably get away with a little bit more in terms of the flavour.
It's strange because I prefer red than white. However, out of the 4 that we've tried tonight, I think the 2 white are probably better than the 2 red. I'm a bit disappointed with the reds, I think. Certainly the Garibaldi, just okay. The Snoop Dogg, I was really... I said to you off air, didn't I, before we came on, I'm really looking forward to it, because I really hope it's a real rough, tanning, like, real back of the throat sort of taste sensation, but it just wasn't, so I'm a bit disappointed with them.
What food did you pair with this?
Well, I don't know, I think...
Well, given that I wouldn't really buy any of them again, just nothing.
I know
what
I pair. Ollie's snacks, dude.
Well, Ollie's,
pretzels,
some pretzels,
a couple of pretzels, maybe.
Yeah. And actually, if you do go to Ollie's-Ollies.com, then you can get your nuts, your pretzels, your fruit snacks, and they will provide 1 meal for every child in there. 2 provides 1, 1 provides 2.
That made no sense to me, folks.
They don't provide children.
No.
That's close.
For every snack you buy, they will buy a meal for a child in need. Yeah.
There you go, you see, I nearly got it right.
Well, better than that, you will get 20% off your order if you use, and you're based in the UK, the promo code TallBoyRadio, or one word, all capital, so get involved, folks. Dave, any questions from Twitch?
2 last comments. One saying a new viewer saying, "What up, boss man?" I don't know who that's to or who that's from, but
word up.
Hopefully it's not me.
And one of the regular Twitchers throughout the episode is just basically summarising by saying, "Doesn't matter whether you spend £5 or £100, it's about what you enjoy."
Absolutely, yeah. And I think there's a lot to be said for that.
That's the motto for this episode. Enjoy your life. Enjoy what you're doing. Gee whiz, that's 100%. You can pay £5, you can pay £100. I'll tell you what, you're going to get anything any better than enjoyment out of life. Would you agree with that?
100%. Love this episode, guys. Strange that we've had some sort of live Twitch questions, which is fantastic. Thank you to the viewers on Twitch. Loved it. Couple of drinks I really like, couple of drinks not so sure. That last one, not for me. I'd love to do a future episode where we look at maybe wine and food, or food and wine, depending on which way you look at it. That would be brilliant. Get Bill involved, that would be ace. I think if you get him involved in the podcast, that would be brilliant. So yeah, loved it, enjoyed it.
Indeed. And Gaz insisted on having food with this episode. So, I've got a treat for you, young man. These are all over the internet. Me and Gaz are going to turn this off and enjoy a sour pickle together afterwards.
Hate sour.
On their own.
Hate sour drinks, hate sour pickles, but I'll let you know how I get on next week.
Indeed. So, next we've got Mr. Big from Big's Flavours.
By the way, my 2 daughters are like starstruck. The fact we got Mr. Biggs, they love Mr. Biggs. They think he's amazing, and they would love to come around and get his autograph. Blah blah blah. They actually did say, "Can you send them some chicken?" But there we go. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, looking forward to that.
Well, Mr. Biggs is going to be here. He's going to be
in the house.
In the house when we record that episode. So, if they want to come over, they're more than welcome. That's absolutely fine, as you're welcome as well. So, interesting episode, guys. It's going to be rebranded, let's face it, as... What's it?
Drunken Ramblers 5, 4.
Because we're fucked up. Because we've had plenty of drink, apart from Dave.
Sorry, Albert.
I'm pissed.
It may have been pulled off by now. It's getting late. I'm going to say my goodbyes. This has been great. I've been a Twitch version.
Indeed.
And it's great to spend it in the company of 2 greats like Graham and Kylie.
Absolutely can't follow you. Having said, look, just one other thing. Twitch was great, and the live Twitch questions.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. That's something we need to explore a little bit further.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to say good night. We're going to say thank you for listening. And Kylie, this is especially for you. So say good night because yours was possibly the best, but I can't remember the fucking stats. Night. Oh, dude, I'm pissed.
Did you stop that one as well?
No, that's still live at the moment. I'll do it now. I can do it now.
See, that's okay. Don't mind that. Right, let's let the serious drinking commence.
Right. I'm supposed to be picking ice up at 8:30 in the Chinese garden.